As I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I think fall is the best time to introduce retinoids into your skincare routine. So what better time to talk about the Inkey List Retinol? Hi, I'm Dr. Anne. I'm a medical doctor with a passion for skincare that works. On this channel, we explore the science behind skin and do quick reviews so you learn to pick exactly those products that work for your individual skin concern. So if this is something you're interested in, please consider subscribing and ring the notification bell. One of the many retinoids available is by the Inkey List. It's really affordable and it's called the Inkey List Retinol. The Inkey List says uniting 1% stable retinol and 0.5% gram-active retinoid, slightly stronger than retinol, with squalane for hydrating and soothing. The slow release formula minimizes irritation while providing effective active delivery, working hard to minimize fine lines and wrinkles, even out skin tone, tackle blemishes, and improve skin clarity, leaving your complexion looking brighter, smoother, and miles more youthful. Quite a mouthful. The product itself has a slightly yellow tint and no noticeable scent. In my just personal scale, this is a medium strength over-the-counter retinoid. I have used both prescription strength and very gentle ones like the Pixie Retinol Tonic, and I'd say that this is of course far away from prescription strength, but still one that I would not use as beginner and slap on every day. It is supposed to be used in the evenings, just like any retinoid is, and I would personally suggest, if you're new to retinoids, slowly introducing it into your routine. I'm going to do a whole video on how you do that soon. Just like claimed, it contains retinol, but not retinol as in retinol, but a stable form of retinol, which means that the 1% retinol that it has is actually an encapsulated form of retinol, which is not to be compared with a 1% retinol strength. Confusing much? Yeah, and it gets even more confusing because they add 0.5 gram active retinoid, which is not a retinol sister, but more of a cousin. It's kind of different, even though it works on the same receptors. And their claim that 0.5 gram active retinoid is slightly stronger than retinol is one that I think is pretty far-fetched, because to my knowledge there is no valid data that compares these two side by side in terms of strength. Other than retinol and gram active retinoid, it contains squalane, which is really good as a base and for repairing your skin's barrier function. It contains vitamin C and vitamin E, but pretty much down the ingredient list, so I don't think that you'll get much benefit out of these. And it contains peptides from the matrixyl complex, as in palmitoyl tripeptide 1, 7, and 38. This matrixyl complex, which you might have seen elsewhere, the Ordinary have a matrixyl product, claims to increase collagen and elastin production and the synthesis of glucosaminoglycan, which all leads to plumper and firmer skin. If you're wondering if this is worth your money, I'm inclined to say yes. This is actually my second tube, so even though the claimed 1% retinol strength and 0.5 gram active retinoid, slightly stronger than retinol, is not something that I would sign, I think this is a really nice, really affordable, really well formulated, medium strength retinoid that is great if you started with a very gentle one and want to take things up a notch. This is not and will never be as effective as a prescription strength, and despite using gram-active retinoid, which is said to have slightly lesser irritation risk, you can absolutely experience irritation with this one. Trust me, I've been there. If you want something gentler, try Pixie Retinol Tonic. If you want a gentler gram-active retinoid, think of Sunday Riley Luna, but this one is much more expensive. I think this is great if you start with a gentle retinoid and want to take things up a notch, but want to go slowly. For people with a little more sensitive skin that want to minimize their risk of irritation, and of course everyone that, just like me, loves the Inkey List and they're budget friendly and very clean packaging. I like it. I'm going to link to more videos that I think you might enjoy, and I'm going to see you all very soon with another one. Bye!